at the back of your great. So from a client perspective, can you share with us what is it that you appreciate most about this kind of conversation?
Uh, what I appreciated more was how the coach just had some thought-provoking questions that made me unpack all the baggage that I had in my mind. It's like I needed to talk about this, but not in a way that I felt self-pity about myself, in a way that I was sharing with someone, and each question he asked me just kept opening new doors in my mind. And yeah, some things I didn't know I had it in me. I just felt like, oh, okay, yeah.
Great, great. And can you share with us, I mean, as a student of Coach Masters Academy, you understand the ACC conversations, the awareness, clarity, and choice conversation. Can you share with us how does it works out? How does it works for you personally right now as a client?
As a client, I, 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 I didn't feel it. I didn't know where I was. I'm just all over the place, probably.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. In my mind was, I just kept talking and talking. I didn't know that, okay, here is the awareness, and this part here,
Okay.
it's where he's asking me uh, all the handling questions. And no,
Okay.
I didn't have any idea of where I was. I'm just experiencing. It's different than when you're reading.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a relief
Okay.
of having something stuck, and then they
Okay.
just it just keeps opening new doors, new doors, new
Okay.
doors. And
Okay.
yeah.
Good. So is it fair for me to say that you're experiencing an opening of your mind?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I
Can you tell us a
remember
little, yeah,
during the
can you just tell
classes,
us a little bit more?
that toy
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about this experience that you had where your mind kind of opens up?
yeah, I think at the start I was limited, like
Okay.
here,
Okay.
with the problems, the issues, etc.
Wow.
The
Okay.
more I talked, the more I felt like, okay, there's more here, and I was tense here. And then as the conversation went on, and the more my mind became opened, I just felt more relaxed. I
Mm.
felt more relaxed and more relaxed, and then I could reflect and I could think more, but not think as I talked. I Some of the questions I could just pause and really think about what I wanted to say, not just talk for the sake of talking.
Wow. Wow. That's quite profound. So, mind opening up, you're able to think, reflect, and respond.
And also feel it.
Feel.
Feel, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Not just think and respond. I could feel that when he asked me about when he said I can feel some tension there. I was really feeling the tension, and the moment he said that, I was aware of it, because before I was like, yeah, I was so deep in that tension that I couldn't notice. But once he reflected back, I was like, okay, how do I relax? By thinking, I think I relaxed. The more I talked, the more I relaxed.
Yeah, good. Is there anything particular with the coaching process that has enabled you to experience this?
I think the use of a metaphor was something huge during the conversation.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that a metaphor like that could have an impact.
Wow.
on me. But I think he used the metaphor based on what I said. It's not something that he just made it up.
Yeah, that's great. That's
Yeah,
great. That's great to
yeah.
hear. Great. Is there anything that you'd like to say to our audience or all our friends here who has listened to this conversation? Is there anything that you'd like to say about the value of using such a transformational approach, in having a coaching conversations?
I think um, it's something that you have to live it. You have to experience. It's like as a coach, I think we need to have a coach too,
Wow.
because this transformation that I just felt is unreal. It's the first time I get coached, and like from someone who really understands the how to do it. Yeah, I've been coached by my classmates, but it's different. The coach just had this. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but it's such a joy to
Wow.
go through the process. And yeah, yeah, over the moon over what happened here in 30 minutes of conversation. I had so much stuff that I've been thinking for months and months, and then in a short period of time, my mind just went. It was like a 360-degree uh, turnaround. Yeah,
Well, thank you so very much for sharing so openly about the experience that you have. It's basically a shift that you have experienced, shifting the way of how you are thinking. And voila, the client is resourceful and creative. I mean, it opens up
yeah,
the mind and woo, everything becomes so clear. So the
yes,
heightening of the
definitely.
awareness, the deepening of the understanding, and resulting, giving the clients more choicefulness in terms of what they want to do with their situation.
Yes, yeah, and I think he captured my feelings really well when he said fear towards the end. I really it touched deep. I was like, yes, I have fear. And at the start
Wow.
of conversation, I would never think about fear. It was just like, I
Yeah,
need the options. Where can I go? That's all I wanted
precisely.
to know.
Thank you.
But yeah, fear is a big one.
Thank you. Thank you so very much for being our client today and allow us to be able to study, how our clients' minds response and react, in regards to their situation, and now how the coaching process that we are all learning, can assist our clients to break through this way of thinking. Yeah. Is this a good time for me to end this interview and then we'll bring back everybody in?
Yes, thank you. It's a
Great,
good
thank
thing.
you so very much. So, well, now we're going to welcome everybody back on the camera right now. And if you can, let's give our coach and the clients high five. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. One of the things that I enjoy about live coaching session is that we get to experience how our clients is relating to their own problem situations, right? There's a Chinese saying, uh, if you want to cure the sickness, you need to understand what the sickness is in order to prescribe the right medicine, right? So if we have no idea how our client's mind is responding and reacting, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, how can you be skillful? I mean, it's kind of like if you don't have that information, it means any methodology, any model will be able to fix into people's case. It's just like when you got headache, eat Panadol. When you got stomach ache, eat Panadol. It's like, so being skillful requires us to, pay attention to the nature of things. This includes how our client's mind responds when they encounter a challenge, a problems, an opportunity. How is the mind thinking and how is the mind playing out in terms of the perception? The more we understand that, then the more we can now partner with our clients using a science-based approach to support the client's mind to shift. So far, so good. Great. So I have run a Mentimeters, and in the Mentimeters is basically a simple a simple questions, and that is we want to hear from you. What stood out most for you in today conversation? And then we're going to have a look at that. And then after that, we're going to go into the breakout rooms, which means we're going to open up another Zoom room for you to get in groups to discuss with your friends. Okay, so you will help us by first putting into the Mentimeters. Okay, what stood out for you? So I'm going to put the link again on the chat box. Appreciate if you can do that. Good. So I'm going to share the screen now so we get to see some of the contribution made by our friends. So Jack, we're going to have you to share your bit later on in the main when we open up the other room. So now I would just want to make sure we get the input from our friends first on what stood out most for you in today coaching conversations. Good. And we do have a couple of our faculty members here with me. We just want to acknowledge their presence. We have Sarah. Sarah, would you like to give a big wave? Oh, there's Sarah. We have Joe Nellington from New Zealand too. And we have Ning from Thailand. And we also see Azadeh. And who else do we have? We got Anne Karine. Whoa, okay. And we have Evan too here with us. Evan, good, great. So let's now go to the Mentimeters and take a look at what stood out for all of us in today's conversation. Great. So here are couples of things that is here. So I took the value of reflective questions using the client's words, the metaphor, yes. The use of the metaphor, great. The metaphor, yes, has opened up for the clients. And the metaphoric language is part of the next level training. And it's one of those, it is part of this and expanding the mind for understanding. Okay, so it's kind of like advanced training to help coaches to expand the mind using a different technique, if I can. The metaphor, the rope metaphor. Wow, we can see how metaphor, when used correctly, or not used appropriately, not correctly, appropriately, is a powerful tool to allow our client to expand the mind on how they're seeing the world. Okay, it has a very the job, the reflective is effective in mirroring back, is basically reflecting back what the client is saying, and that's very important. We're going to go into the breakout room later on to talk about how did the coach frame what he has heard. Okay, notice the tension. Yes, that is another advanced training that is taught in the next level when the coach is to observe the shift, in the bodily or at the energetic level there, and explore what that shift is. The metaphor, yes, acknowledgement. Okay, that's another powerful piece that the coach use, and this is part of the framing concept that is being communicated at the next level of the training. Okay, the ability to observe, and that's what we want to unpack. What exactly did the coach observe and reflect it back later on in the breakout room session? The coach presence, wow, yes, okay. Now, coaching presence, maintaining a coaching presence doesn't come naturally. It has to be trained and conditioned. Now, it is always very good to immerse yourself in a learning environment. And that is something that we kind of like neglected as part of our formation stage, of being a professional. Like most professionals, they all gather together. Why? The more we gather together as a professional, it allows us to shape a way of an identity, the personhood of a coach. And we also shape a way of thinking that allow us to be much more powerful, okay? Because it's who I am, how I think that makes my skill set impactful. That the flow of the conversation certainly, okay? The skill, how skillful the coach makes the clients aware of the internal stage. Again, the importance of observation. capturing the keywords. Yes, we're going to talk about what are the keywords and what are these keywords represent in the client story. The responsiveness of the coach to the words, emotions, energy, shape, and perception of the client. This is a contribution from the second level students for sure. Okay, good. Sharp and short framing agreed. Metaphor. So high five. Woo! Where we kind of get a big synopsis of the what's the learning that is available for us in this case study. So right now